up? It's Chris from LaserLemming.com, and this is another pre-E3 video, but Oculus Rift. It's the VR technology of the future. It's bought by Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook bought Oculus Rift about a year ago or so, and they plan to bring out the first version of it, I believe, in early 2016. First, I should say, consumer version, because they've had beta kits, essentially, of the thing available for a while now. But it's coming out. It's coming out. And it was announced via Phil Spencer, Microsoft's boy. He said that every Oculus Rift is going to be coming out with a Xbox One controller, because, you know, VR needs an awesome controller, and Xbox One controller fits it perfectly. PR bullshit, blah, 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 blah. So, the Oculus Rift comes with an Xbox One controller. And just a side note, the Xbox One controller has been revamped. It's got better bumpers, apparently. A standard headphone jack. So now all three consoles have a standard headphone jack, which is good. And this thing's coming with the Oculus Rift. Okay. Now, Oculus has been having a history with controllers. They don't know what the hell to do with it. Because, you know, with VR, you're submerged into the world, the gaming world, like you've really never been before. You look all around, you see the whole world, and it's in 3D. It's very immersive, I hear. So, with this newfound technology and world, holding a standard controller doesn't make as much sense, especially if you want to go for that whole immersion factor. So, say you're playing a game like Mirror's Edge in VR, and you know, you're running, jumping, doing all this stuff. Looking around, the world is very immersive, but pushing the joystick and pressing A is very counterintuitive. So, if the whole idea of VR is to immerse you into a world, but you're still pressing A to jump, pressing B to crouch, doesn't that kind of take you out of it? Doesn't it kind of pull your brain in two different directions? I think they still haven't found the solution. I think that this is a partnership deal with Microsoft and Oculus that I'm sure Microsoft is using to kind of counter any possible momentum Sony might get with Project Morpheus, which is their own VR headset for the PS4, and maybe even a little bit of the HTC Vive, which is coming out through Valve for Steam. But I think that the standard controller is not exactly what we need. And they showed off some other little weird ring controllers that are used for manipulating objects, but no, when I look at it, I still don't see it. I still don't think that they're there yet. But, I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do. They are pressured to get this thing out now because they have competition. The HTC one's coming out, I think, at the end of this year, if not early 2016, and Project Morpheus is already announced for early 2016, and now the Oculus Rift as well. So they have to come out. They have to have a controller for this bitch. So that's what they're going to do. Now, I think I've said my piece, actually. I don't want to keep rambling about it. But I'd like to know your thoughts. What do you think about VR in general? Now, the Oculus Rift, it's got crazy high PC specs. And by crazy high, I mean expensive. They went on record saying that the computer needed to really run this bitch is going to cost over $2,000 bucks, I think. Maybe over $1,600 or so. But a lot of money. A lot more than your standard Xbox One or PS4. Now, you know, there's that. But a lot of people think that with this announcement of the Xbox partnership, especially, you know, with the Xbox controller, and I believe that there's some sort of streaming you can do of Xbox One games to the headset, to the Oculus, but there are videos out of it, and people aren't pleased. Like, you could play an Xbox One game streamed to your headset, but you're not playing it in standard Oculus VR. You are playing it in a virtual room, looking at a virtual television. Like, goddamn, what the fuck are you doing? If you could afford all this shit, you might as well have just bought a TV with a nice sound system instead. Because that's stupid. Like, it's literally, you're looking at the room, you're playing in the room. Let me see here, let me show you. This is your virtual room here, with your virtual TV on this virtual wall. You know, you could tilt your head, you could look at your virtual room, you could look all around. But you're not playing it in VR. So you're really just kind of dicking around at that point. People aren't pleased with that. So maybe in the future the Xbox One will be able to stream actual virtual reality to this headset. But in the meantime, no. And when you look at the specs required for this headset, probably not ever. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for more if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.